We're going to start with our center. We're going to call this one A, and we're going to start here and go in. So when I put the tiles down, they're going to go up against this edge here, like that there. Okay, so we'll start with our bit of glue. And make sure you just smear the glue, pat the glue down with a paintbrush. This will just help keep the tiles in place and they won't float around on that pool of glue. Okay, so we'll start with our little lime crystal tiles. So remember, it's from this line around. So in here. Just hard up against this one here, leaving a small gap between each tile, and as you go around you can pop one of these little ceramic petals in front. There's going to be 7 of these, so just turn your board as you go. This will help you to get the nice placement of your tiles, the nice flow going around. Let's put a bit more glue in here. We're going to do the whole centerpiece at once. That way we can just adjust a few tiles if we need to. So I want to put 7 of these in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just spread them out with an even space. Centerpiece in, which is going to be this gorgeous little glass glob. It does have a flat side, so put the flat side down, roughly the center. And we're going to arrange our petals into each gap here. So one here. Right, and then in the little space here, we're going to pop a little green stick. So it's good that they're still wet. You can sort of move them to make the gaps more even. Okay, so now we're going to fill this in here with gold. So you would have got some little gold if you bought it as a kit set in your packet. So these ones here we're just going to cut in half, and they're probably just a little bit too long to fit on the end, so we're just going to trim a little bit off. It's just going to sit up there. And also cut some into some triangle shapes, so that's just placing the tile diagonally. And you can get some nice little ones we can just fill in the background here. It's lovely. There we go. Right, so now we're going to start on these ones here, which we are just going to put some round mirrors. So just make sure that it's not creeping over this line here, so it's in this little segment that's just made perfectly for this size mirror. These are a 20mm mirror that we're using. We're going to put our little glass droplets down. I think we're going to call this area B. So I'm putting down a plain one, and then I'm going to put down an iridized one. So I'm just alternating the 2 colours. So iridized one and a plain one. Our bag B, we've got these little lime crystal tiles, so we're just going to cut those in half, and they're going to go around here. So let's make sure it's in the centre of your wheel. And we're just going to outline the edging here. So a small bit of glue. You can always cut a little one to go in the center, so that's just cutting one of these in half. A little fill in that little gap right there. We'll continue on with these ones around here. Okay, let's move on to area C, which will be there, there, and there. We're going to start off with these beautiful green tiles. I've got a slight gold thread through them. They're really, really pretty. So we're going to pop those in there. Let's start off here. Make sure you keep your tiles on the inside of this line here. So it's coming in. You don't want to go over this line, okay? This is going to be for another tile here. So make sure when you put your tiles down, they're on this side of the line. So first one, pop in the top there. And then we're going to start with these two. As you can see, we are going to have to do a little bit of cutting. So just come down there. If it helps, you can draw it on with a pen. Sort of visualize the cut you want to make. So it's just going to be a slight your cutters, hand towards the end, put that in the center and then just slice down. There you go. That should be a nice little cut and that fits in there nicely. So just ignore this line, it does hang over a little bit, but we just want to stay on the inside of this line. Follow through with another one at this end, small gap between each tile. And I usually find when I get about here, I want to do another one with a slight angle cut. So same thing again, pick it up and just move your cutter on a slight angle, not a sharp cut, it's just a little bit of an angle. Just enough to give you that little shape there. I mean, you can just cut them in half if you want and put them up there, but this is just helps it to flow around that curve. One more. So always go back and double check that they haven't moved. And a slight angle cut, so not much at all. So put a couple of extra ones in here if you bought the kit, so you've got some ones to practice on, but that's the sort of cut that you want to do. Okay, we're going to continue on the inside of here with these beautiful lime crystal tiles, and we're going to put a dab of purple mirror just on the tips. got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And also just take note that there's actually 9 each side, so make sure that they are consistent in each one, that you've got one purple one at the top and 9 crystals down to there and 9 down to there, so it should be the same on each one. Okay, next part we're going to fill in the center. So in your little parcel you would have got these gorgeous little glass sticks. So we've got a green iridized and a plain green one. We're going to cut these into random pieces and we're just going to fill in the background. Best to fit, we will be grouting this in a nice black grout, so the black will make this colour really pop. Right, to cut them into small pieces, I usually just do a couple of zigzag cuts, so one back that way, one back that way, and so on, and maybe cut a couple of these a little bit smaller. And mixing the colours, so I'm going to do some squares, cut those diagonally again. So it's just about getting random shapes. They don't have to be perfect sort of shapes. We just want to get a whole lot of tiny little shapes so we can fill in the background. Pop our glue in the middle. So as I said, just pop these in best to fit. You can trim them up a little bit. Just make sure when you're using the iridise that they are the right way up, because sometimes if they flip over it's a bit hard to see, but they do have a nice shiny surface. So I would just put these in randomly. And then another colour, we've got the green here. Okay, so once you've filled in all of these here, we're now going to outline these with mirror, which is cut in half. So we've got a 10mm tile and we've just cut it in half. And we're going to outline around here. Just staying on the inside of this line here. So small gap between each tile. I usually pop about 4 down here and I put another lot down this way starting up here, and that way it just gives you a chance to move the tiles spacing accordingly to fit them all in. Okay, so now we're on to bag D, which will be this one here. Okay, glue. Just pat the glue down. And this one is going to consist of a dark Cosmo, this is rainforest. So one at the top there, one down the bottom. So we're on the inside of the slime, so not over here, we're on the inside. And then we just need to cut 1 in half. And then we've got the 4 glass sticks. You'll find that they'll fit. They will fit in here. You may just need to trim this last one a little bit off. Just a tiny bit off the top. Right, and we're going to fill this with this beautiful purple glass here. So same thing, just cutting it up into random pieces like you've done with the background of this one. So, like just triangle shapes or any sort of random shapes we can trim down. Right, and we'll continue on doing those ones all the way around. Okay, so now we're up to area E, which is going to be this one here. E and E. So we're just going to outline these ones with our dark green sticks. And just on the very end here, we're going to put a little triangle purple mirror in the very end. And I'm placing a pinky gem. You'll find there is 12 in your, if you bought it as a kit, 12 in your package. You'll have 6 this colour and 6 that colour. So we're just going to alternate them. Beautiful apple Cosmo tile, which is this one here. And there's a 20mm tiles. Place our first one there, one at the top, one there, and we're going to cut 1 1/2. And just move them a little bit closer so there's not such a big gap. And in this little area here, we're going to put a little mirror circle, just that one there. So just wiggle that in there. And I need to trim one of these down a little bit for it to fit in. Just a little bit off there. Right, and that is E done. So we'll carry on round with this one here, all the way round. area F, which is going to be here. So this is the border tile. So approximately from here to here is 9 tiles. So let's just lay that out. 2, 3, 4. Right, now we're up to finishing off our background. So this one we're going to call G. Okay, so I'm using a beautiful purple iridized Murano. So in this area you may need to trim the corners off. Let's just have a look at this one. So I'm just going to take a little bit off here, of each corner, just so they sit in a bit nicely, these ones. Next row here, next one, and the same with here. So really the only ones we need to cut are going to be these ones here, which will just be diagonally. Right. So pick up your tile, and we are just cutting them diagonally, and they're just going to fill in this little gap here. So the cut we are doing is just a diagonal cut. I've already done some there. Alright, so now we've got our grout or caked on here. I've tried to clean some as I have gone. I just want to show you something here. Because we've got quite a few different heights and tiles, sometimes a lot of the little glass can be hidden. So here we've got the gold. So just take a Q-tip and just rub away the excess grout, and that'll bring those little gold bits up lovely. Perfect. Just clean it up with this Q-tip, same in here. So it's not about digging the grout out, it's just sort of polishing around it just to reveal the tile that's under there. And also around, like you've got these little gems here. So just kind of take away the excess grout that might just be hiding them. And they'll come up lovely. Some more there. So keep polishing. So I hope you've watched our previous video on how to grout. That should make it a lot easy for you to follow. But yeah, just lots of cleaning, and we'll be revealing how beautiful it is shortly.